Okay, so you're talking about Trump and...
Yeah, I like him.
You do?
Oh, I love him. It's funny, Robert Klein is one of my comedy idols.
Another one, a great one.
Love Robert Klein. I've gotten to know him over the years. We had lunch recently. It's weird to have lunch with one of your heroes.
Yeah.
And he loves Hillary, and he hates Trump. And he's bashing Trump, and I had to admit, I didn't want to even admit that I like Trump. I'm such a little sellout whore. I wanted to be like, yeah, you're right, he stinks. But I couldn't do it. I had to admit it, and I kind of was like, I'm going to lose my relationship with Robert Klein. But, you know.
Hey, here we are in your Uncle Joe's garage, outfitted by California Car Cover. I've been looking so forward to nailing you in a... Well, that didn't sound right. To having you in the studio. Jim Norton is with us, famed comic. Back before you broke big, you were just starting to get national recognition. You were on some TV show. I have no idea what it was. Doesn't matter. It was a long time ago. And I liked it so much, I reached out and got a hold of you and said, send us some material so we can put you on the air. Because I was doing comedy then, yes. And your management wisely said, well, they were can we say that?
Sure. Your management, yes, it's accurate.
Management said, you're going to be doing TV, don't do anything with radio.
Did they really?
And I said, at this point, someday, I'm going to get Jim in the studio. So I got the cameras. You're here now.
Wow, I didn't even know about that. What year? That's got to be years ago.
Yeah, it was years ago.
Oh, I know.
Because then you became famous, and then you started doing all kinds of things. Yeah, stand-up comedian for a long time. The show is Mouthful of Shame at Club Novo, Thursday night, Club Nokia. Mouthful of Shame. Obviously, you're doing Gordon Lightfoot songs. Is that what you're performing?
I'd be more ashamed to do those because it's all downhill after the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yes.
No, Mouthful of Shame just kind of sums up. I'm ashamed of what comes out of my mouth and what goes into it. It's pretty all-encompassing title.
There's a concept that. How long did you work with Leno?
You know, I did The Tonight Show. My first one was 2004.
Yeah.
And I did a whole bunch up until he retired from The Tonight Show, which was 2013 maybe.
Yeah.
So for about 10 years, I mean, on and off.
You were a great foil for him.
Thank you. He was really, the fact that he put me on, my reputation being so dirty, the fact that Jay gave me so many Tonight Show spots, I got away with a lot more on that show than I ever did on Letterman. You know, it's weird. Like Letterman was much stricter. Much stricter. Mm-hmm. Dave doesn't like victims and jokes, don't do this. And with Leno's people, they would always want me to push the envelope. I'd be like, can I really do that? And they're like, yeah, let's just try it. If NBC dumps out, they dump out. They're awesome.
Love it. You ever ride in a car with him?
Have I? No, I've actually never. No, it's funny. As soon as the show was over and I said hello to him outside, he didn't even know who I was. No, I want to go see his garage too. I want to go see Jay's garage, but I've never seen him outside the studio.
Okay, well,
it's heartbreaking.
One of these days we'll make this happen.
I would like that. I'm a delight to be around.
Well, hey, you are a delight to be around.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Jim Norton with us here. Mouthful of Shame is the tour. I assume there's an album, there's a DVD, there's all this stuff.
I'm filming it at the end of probably early August. I'm shooting it for a special. Yeah, I flip material every year and a half. I get very bored.
That's one of the things Carlin always did, and some others that we know of the classics every year. All new. Richard Jenny used to have all new material.
Oh, Jenny was so great. How great was Jenny? He did a whole Tonight Show set on Jaws 3.
Yes.
That was brilliant. He was one of the most underrated comedians ever. Was Rich Jenny. Like his name should be in the mouth of everybody who talks about great comics. He was brilliant.
You do really well too. We haven't had much stuff we could play in the air. So
most of it's really filthy, and it's about me and women of questionable gender. I've spent a lot of time talking about that. I feel not enough people do.
Well, I've worked in radio a long time. I'm familiar with all those things you're talking about.
Oh, good.
Although I'm going to wash my hands again now.
Yes.
So
you probably should.
So what can we expect?
My sets are always topical, and it's always whatever's going on in my life. Mm-hmm. So, obviously I'm talking about the election and Trump, and I'm talking about my own dysfunction, and, a lot of Caitlyn Jenner stuff. Everything that's been kind of happening in the news the last year and a half, I cover.
Okay. So you're talking about Trump and...
Yeah, I like him.
You do?
Oh, I love him. It's funny, Robert Klein is one of my comedy idols.
Another one, a great one.
Love Robert Klein. I've gotten to know him over the years. We had lunch recently, and it's weird to have lunch with one of your heroes.
Yeah.
And he loves Hillary. And he hates Trump. And he's bashing Trump, and I had to admit, I didn't want to even admit that I like Trump. I'm such a little sellout whore. I wanted to be like, yeah, you're right, he stinks. But I couldn't do it. I had to admit it, and I kind of was like, I'm going to lose my relationship with Robert Klein. But, he tolerated it.
He tolerated it.
Yeah, it's really weird, like when you're around somebody who you admire so much.
Yeah.
You don't want to say anything that upsets them.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah. But and usually I don't care what people think. But there's guys like him, and there's 2 or 3 other guys that it's important to me what they think. So I had to be true to myself, but that was a hard one to admit that I like Trump.
Is there anybody that you haven't worked with that you'd want to, or that you'd like to sit down and talk with?
Well, you know, it's Pryor, who's dead.
Yeah.
Carlin, I got to interview him on the radio, and I got to do Tough Crowd with him. I get a great picture of me and Carlin where he's dressed like a priest and I'm dressed like an altar boy, which is one of my favorite moments in my career. But no, I mean, most of my idols I've met, and I've gotten to talk to all of them. I've never interviewed Pacino and De Niro. Those guys I'd love to, but I've met both of them. And no, there's really nobody I haven't met that I've wanted to.
It's a pretty cool place to be in life.
It is really great. I mean, you get to hang out with people. I've interviewed one time Ben Kingsley, and it's funny.
You interviewed Ben Kingsley?
On Opie and Anthony, yeah. I mean, he was just on the radio show. And as I'm talking to him, like, if I met this guy at a party, he wouldn't spit on me. But now he has to answer my questions. That's the most fun about radio. You got them in front of a mic, they have to answer you.
I love it.
Isn't it great? People who would never acknowledge you now have to sit there and listen and talk to you. It's really fun.
I love this guy. Jim Norton, Thursday, Novo.
Yes.
Club Novo. Oh, it
yeah.
used to be Club Novo. Mouthful of Shame is the tour. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
You have to come back
Appreciate it.
again sometime.
I would love to. This was really awesome. These are like little tires.
Yes.
With the whole garage theme.
Yes, we actually have seat belts too, but I didn't want to get you in the restraint.
I don't wear them. I'm crazy.
Hey, I know that you, yes you, haven't been in the Uncle Joe's Garage yet, but I got some good news. We have created a mobile version of the Uncle Joe's Garage, thanks to our friends at Mike Thompson RV Superstores. Like they say, don't miss a moment, and don't miss the mobile Uncle Joe's Garage coming to a location near you.